Hi guys, tomorrow we're gonna do continuation of F stands for Family Part 2 of Season 4, in my opinion. Anyway, so we have Maureen being better friends with, what was it, Jimmy Fitzsimmons' sister, Bridget. Yay, I got it. Bridget Fitzsimmons. And they connect and share a bond between hating another girl that was in the Honeybee Scouts that didn't like Frank Murphy's war stories. And I like that they give a reference to that again. And Frank says in one of the episodes when his daughter is doing a role for the wife of the guy that invented the electrical chair in F stands for Families universe, in the university there. I forgot the name right now. But I will write down that name of that founder of the electric chair in the story of the show in the description below. But anyway, basically he says, I can do more terror. I give nightmares to children, basically he said. I can give more nightmares to you. And she's like, ah! He's like, damn you. Because he's pissed that this chick is basically bullying his daughter, which I can kind of understand. I understand Frank in perspective. I like him. He's a guy that doesn't take shit. And I like that he protects his family and that he protects his daughter from being, bullied by this girl. I forgot her name. Oh, Cindy. Yay, Cindy. And basically, Maureen and Bridget bond with each other through mutual, which is not good, but mutual hatred for Bridget. No, not Bridget. For the other chick that I mentioned before. In the Honeybee Scouts, the one with the blonde hair. I forgot her name again. But I have it in the video. But anyway, so I really enjoy that, what was it called? I really enjoyed the backstory with Bridget. And that her mother died. I'm sad. I was sad about it. But I was also very pissed against the other chick that had, I forgot the name, damn it. Cindy, yeah. I didn't like that Cindy was basically very mean to Bridget. And she said, oh, something bad about her mother, and she became very sad. But she basically fought against it by basically saying something more worse, which I forgot the name of right now. But it was kind of fun, in a dark humor, but also kind of sad, but it was still well deserved because the other one had a yeah, basically the other chick had said something awful about her mother, so that's fair for an eye, I suppose. Or word for word, I suppose. Anyway, so Frank's daughter basically helps her, and they help each other by basically ruining the play text summoning of everyone that's going to be in the play. But Frank encourages his daughter to continue being an extra and do the best job she can, and that one day maybe she will get the advantage she wants in the play. And luck behold, sorry, my throat. Luck behold, Bridget Fitzsimmons got her kind of, what should we say, payback. Yes, payback for what the other chick said about her mother, or about Bridget Fitzsimmons' mother. So she got payback on her by basically poisoning her, which was not good, but I can kind of understand from one perspective. Because you don't wanna, one line you don't wanna cross with people is their mothers and family. Which is good because the show is F stands for family. So it's kind of a good message. And she got basically poisoned, so Maureen needs to take the role of the, as you can see in the picture, of the older man or of the guy with the electric chair's wife. And she actually almost succeeds in her play, but Frank Murphy's rivalry between her father comes in between. And this is the part I blame more for Frank, in my opinion. I blame that his father basically taunted him like, "Oh, hit me then if you can," because he was like, about his problems, and Frank wanted to, like bury the hatchet at this point in the episode, and at the point of the show, he wanted to bury the hatchet, and his father, in some weird way, I think in a suppressed, angry way, still said to him like, "Oh, what do I need to bury issues?" I don't remember exactly what it was in the episode, but I watched it, I think 2 or 3 days ago, or 2 days ago from now. But anyway, he basically said, "I'm not mean, you are mean," and because Frank was like, "Yeah, you was mean to me," but he was like, "I'm not mean to your grandkids or to your kids. I'm not mean to you now." The grandfather wanted to bury the hatchet without talking about it. And Frank didn't like that, pretty much. I don't know how to explain it much better than that, but the thing is, I forgot some details because I was watching it, enjoying it. I was watching it and enjoying the show for what it was. I was enjoying the show in the moment, so I forgot some details. But anyway, I didn't like that Frank hit his father, that is 43? 45? No, 33 years old. Jesus. But he could have stopped himself. He almost stopped himself. But because his father said, "Hit me, damn it. Hit me, you damn sissy." Oh, that's what he said. He basically said the words that he didn't like when he was a child, when he was basically, as I said in the first part of my review, he was basically abandoned outside of the car, walking home, and he said, "Do I have a son? Do I have a son? Or do I have a daughter as a sissy?" Basically, his grandfather was an asshole at that point. So, kinda deserve it, kinda not. And Frank feels very sorry about his daughter. And, as they say, or in my opinion, if you're not learning about your history or your past mistakes, you're doomed to repeat them. And that's what it technically happened. Because Maureen were walking exactly the same way as Frank was walking when he was a child. So I think after this, Frank learned to, he loves his father. He still had a good time with him in the first 5 or 6 episodes before this incident. I think it was before episode 6 or 7. But anyway, before this point in the fight on the stage play, when Maureen was doing her beautiful and great stage play, before that point, they were friends and they were helping each other out with even destroying the bad bed, which one of the kids in the neighborhood took to use whatever. And the kid even took some sweets as well. Sorry, my throat. Even took some sweets and stuff. For winter, I presume. 2 kids that were kind of like orphans / do whatever they want, which was not good, but anyway, it was a funny side gag. I really enjoyed the show for what it was, but what I hope they do in season 5 is that his father still, spoiler warning, I will upload this tomorrow, something kind of sad and ironic happens to Frank's father. He kind of gets something that I said before. Something that I said before with the doctor. But I'm not going to tell you right... Sorry, my throat. I'm not going to tell you right now. I even like the other kid that says, "What now? What now? What now?" That one, yeah. I liked him. I like the segment with the music as well. But I still like Bill's best friend as well. I like the characters. Very good. But anyway, as I said before, you're doomed to repeat it if you don't learn from history. If you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it again. Which actually happened in that episode. I like that Bill's grandfather basically took Bill to the hockey game, was very nice to him, supported him in the hockey fight. Because the coach decided, okay, the rules are basically loose, and we win a lot of money, and That was a funny joke as well. But Bill wanted to be, have more self confidence, become more of a badass, and not a pussy like his father's telling him, which is pretty stupid. And after that, his father has conflicting, he says, like, no, that's not the thing I wanted to teach you and your sister. Because his father, in one of the episodes, gives him kind of a life lessons, tries to teach him stuff, which is good, but his teachings basically take a left turn to boom. Don't go expected as he wanted to. Sorry, my throat. Don't exactly go where he wanted it to expectingly go to learn from the lesson, and they go well in the beginning, but then they go very bad. But it kind of fixed pretty good because the side characters fixed it, which was Maureen, and I think it was her best friend, what was it, Bill's girlfriend. That still is a girlfriend to him. But I didn't like that Bill destroyed her love card to him. Not good, Bill. Bad Bill on that one. But Maureen Fitzsimmons. No, it's not Maureen. Sorry. Maureen is Bill's daughter. Yeah, I forgot. Damn it. Anyway, Bridget Fitzsimmons. She basically like helps Maureen with one of the pianists, one of the people that do the music. They basically criticized against Maureen, and she will not have the big role or something, or even not the small role before this. This is before she gets the big role. Sorry, I'm jumping around. But this is before she gets the big role. And basically the bully helps her by basically knocking out that woman. Which was funny, but sad poor old lady, man. That was not her day. But anyway, I also like Kevin's side story. So we have Kevin's side story getting a girlfriend and basically doing base 2 in the last episode, I think. Or are gonna do it. I think they did it in one of the 2 episodes off screen. But it was good. I'm happy for Kevin. He gets happiness. I love Kevin too as well. And I like that he read actually all the Lord of the Rings books. The Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and the Return of the King. And he was like, is Frodo in a book? He didn't know that. And I like that. I have listened to all of the Lord of the Rings books and the Hobbit books on DVD. Or on CD. On audiobook CD kind of thing. Before audiobooks. I am old. That's why I like this show. It kind of relates to me in one aspect. And I like Vic. But I don't like the new boss that was inside of the building that Vic has been replaced. And he says, you're old as the dinosaurs. The comet landed, the dinosaurs got extinct, and you're old. And he's like, no, I'm just 50, I'm just 50. And the other guy's like, you're past a decade. And I'm like, dude, you're a douche. Luckily, that guy got his comeuppance, or hopefully he will get his comeuppance next time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have fun time and enjoy. Hi guys, coming off here, we're gonna do a review of the net. Hopson. Sorry. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Overall, I really enjoyed the show. But I really enjoyed the plot lines between, what was it? Between Vic. And Vic is still angry at his girlfriend, but that problem is resolved later on in the last episode of the season 4. But I like that Vic didn't get over it. He was still pissed, which I can understand, but he doesn't get anger at Kevin or anyone else. And I love Vic for that. I love Vic's crazy moments. But I didn't like that Vic threatened Kevin with I think it was, what is it called? The guitar connector? A mic connector. a guitar microphone connector to the head speakers. He was like, "If you don't do what I do, I will cut your throat." I was like, Jesus, man. I was like, okay, I didn't see this coming. But I really enjoyed the show, and for the dark humor sincerity. And I really enjoyed the fight between Frank Murphy's father, between the priest in the car when they are a bit drunk. When Frank is a bit drunk, I think. Frank Murphy a bit. But I really enjoy that Frank's father has some depth, you know? I understand that Frank's father is a jackass, I can say that. He's not the best person, but he tried to better himself in this season, and in the end, he redeemed himself in some aspect. In some aspect, at least. He became more closer with his son, and they actually hugged, that even Frank adopts a hugging motion to hug everyone that says nice things to him. And I love that they did that. Because hatred for 40 years is not good. And burying the hatchet, even if it takes a long time, just do it. It's not worth getting angered. Because you never know, in my opinion, you never know when it's going to be too late to say goodbye or to say, I'm sorry. And Frank, I think, is almost there, so. But they could say goodbye in some way. And I love the show for it. But I don't like that the father was an asshole in some aspects. I already said that, but. When Sue gets her daughter, she gets a child. And it's a girl, anyway. Spoiler warning, it's a girl. But. Frank is going to show the baby to his grandfather. His grandfather, they do a cliffhanger kind of thing. His grandfather's like, I think he's dying or something. Spoiler warning, he's dying or something. And basically, Frank wanted to show his granddaughter, which I forgot the name of, but she's very cute. And it's like, it's kind of symbolism, you know? A new life is born. And an old life is extinguished. Or an old light and a new light is born and an old light is extinguished. Even if Frank didn't want it. But I hope Frank's father is alive. Please. Please tell me Frank's father is going to be alive in the next season. Or at least a nice mention. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Ad Wiedersehen. Also, I liked the side story between, Goomer trying to invade other people's houses. Even the guy that is the most nicest guy in the whole place, which was the Jewish guy that I forgot his name about now. Damn it! I forgot his name, but he literally tried to infiltrate as him to pretend to be inside of the. The thing is, he likes to be inside other neighbors' houses and just pretend to be them. Which I like. Yeah, that's personal space invasion. No! It's not good, Goomer. Yay, I got the name. Goomer. Gummi. Anyway, I really enjoyed the show. I really enjoyed everything about the weird antics and the dark humor, the good humor. And I really enjoyed that Frank Murphy's father got to turn around by another father in the airport. I forgot to mention that. By another father in the airport that said that I couldn't visit my son because I wanted to do something for myself. And he said that, maybe we shouldn't be. You need to value your family. Even if you want your own desires, basically doing your own stuff, going to a concert, which the other guy wanted. But he lost his son's wedding, which I think is very bad to do. And you should never do that. So I think this guy was a good guide, or a good Obi-Wan guide, to Frank Murphy's. Frank Murphy's Luke Skywalker in this situation. And basically helped him hugging and gave him a distraction to his son, so his son wouldn't be criticized by the passengers that wanted to scan their luggage of x-rays, because the x-rays were starting to get introduced in the 70s in the story. So his son or his father basically gave discarded hashtag discarded air free booze to everyone, courtesy of Mohican. But I love that they bonded with each other. And I love the jokes that Frank did in dark humor and his father as well. Some jokes, not all of them. But some of them were good. But I love the show overall. We see you next time.